Welcome, my friends, to the last episode, Plastic September. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for remaining my friend. I'm glad to have friends like you. You barely even see our little guests of honor today, but these are special, and I want to show them to you. They're both TV Pal brand ukuleles. This is like a regular size ukulele, right? And this is like a little tiny one. This is Ukette. I love it. I love it. These were part of that ukulele haul that I got at the flea market last year, 2 years ago, something like that. And nobody watched the episode I did about the harmony ukulele. So I pretty much just have that big tub sitting there. This one's in almost perfect condition. So, I mean, there's nothing I really need to do to it. This one, however, really badly cracked all over the place. So we're going to try to get this guy working again, because I really got nothing to do with that one. I mean, you guys can watch me play with the plastic ukulele all day long, but this is the special extravaganza conclusion of our Plastic September. So let's talk a little bit about TV Pal. TV Pal. This is a really strange story about this particular company, but it's very interesting. So let me enrich your life with this story, all right? That's what I'm trying to do. I'm an enricher, right? You can call me Enrichard Simmons. So, anyway, there was a guy named Mario Maccaferri, right? He was born in Italy. He became a classical guitarist. You know what I'm saying? He was an incredible classical guitarist. And he became like an instructor at the Conservatory of Music in Turin, Italy. And he was, I play the guitar really well. But during the Second World War, he got hurt jerking off. Now, I don't know how he got hurt, you know what I mean? He got hurt, his hand hurt, and he had to, like, you know what I mean, do other things. So he became a guitar designer for Selmer. It was actually a British company. He designed the guitar that Django Reinhardt played. Can you believe that? Django Reinhardt is like one of the most probably, famous guitar players of the early 20th century. We all know that. If you don't know that, now you do, because I'm a cultured man. I'm spreading my culture to you. So after the war, he's like, I don't really like this Great Britain. They don't have a no good spaghetti sauce here. So he goes to America, Jack. And he goes to Brooklyn. He's like, yeah, now you're talking my style, right? And he had all the good Italian food. He was set. He's like, I ain't never going back to Europe again. And so he set up a plastics company. He had backers. You know what I mean? He knew this guy. He knew that guy. He knows this guy. He knows the guy in the laboratory. He knows them all. You know what I'm saying? He made all these special connections. He actually had a contract with Dow Chemical, who was manufacturing styrene, which is plastic, right? And he was one of the first people to sort of have a contract with Dow themselves to manufacture plastic instruments, because they wanted to show people, hey, plastic is the future. This is 1953. He started making all kinds of plastic instruments. Emily came in 49 and started making plastic instruments, believe it or not. But it wasn't Dow plastic. It was their own formula, right? But the funny thing is the two flamingos I happened back then, no cracks at all. This one, it's got more cracks than Humpty Dumpty after his fall, bro. You know what I'm saying? This one seems a little bit more chintzy than those two flamingos I showed you last week, right? See this flamingo? I could smack my head with this fucking thing and it would still be in good condition. So I think Maccaferri, maybe his plastics weren't that good, but they're so cool looking. That little TV Pal, it's so dated. You know what I'm saying? It's so original. They were trying to promote plastic. At the same time, they're trying to promote the TV, which they're both new. Now, can you imagine life without TV or plastic? What the fuck would we do? You know what I'm saying? There'd be no way. That's how Mario hurt his hand. You know what I'm saying? He had absolutely no plastic when he was a little boy, and he had no TV. I do a lot of thinking about this girl next door. Anyway, so I told you all I needed to tell you about it. 1964, it was Maccaferri that got the contract from Brian Epstein to make all those Beatles, the little plastic Beatles guitar. And that made him so much money that he retired for life after that. He's like, I don't need to do shit after this. Thank you, Ringo, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And that's it, man. That's all I got to say about Maccaferri. So I'm going to flip you around. We'll look at them both together. We'll bring this guy in the lab. We'll try to get him working. I got a special surprise for you because it's September. And we're talking about the TV Pal. And I just can't wait to just, you know what I mean, just impress you with the impression, right? So let's flip you around. Let's get to work. I don't want to waste too much of your time. I already wasted 5 minutes and 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to waste any more. Let's get to work. 1, 2, 3. And there we are, man. That pile got lost, all right? This one, I don't really have any cracks I can see, really. It looks to be in good condition. It's got all of its tuning pegs, which is always a good thing, right? I mean, it's got some of these, a lot of these plastic ones I see have this. And I thought, like, what is that from? That's just the plastic degrading. You believe that? It's like gases inside the plastic escaping the plastic. That's the scientific truth. Isn't that cool? The early days of TV, when the TV screen was a little tiny, you know what I mean? Flickering blue dot. The early 50s, man. Very cool, man. So, we saved the coolest for last. It's like partially toy. You know what I mean? It's partially a real thing. And this one is the one I want to fix, man. I want to jam this one out. All right, look at that. It's so cute. So adorable. I'm thinking I'm just going to take those tuning pegs out and put them in here to make it easy. If we can get this guy stable. Some crazy, really. So this might not be a long episode, but it's going to be a cool little jaunt, man. So I'm glad to have you aboard. Let's go into the laboratory. Let's look at these cracks a little better. See if this is like missing some material here. Let's form a game plan how we're to glue this and just get the glowing, man. See if it looks stable, right? And then we'll put some strings on it, and you know what I mean. We'll see what happens, right? See what happens, Charles. Right? I'll see you in the laboratory. Otherwise, we'll be playing this one at the end, telling you how cool it is and how it's a nice little ukulele and how wonderful it really didn't need to do anything to it, and blah blah blah. It wasn't a shame that we broke that little guy, but oh, you know what I mean. At least we talked about them both from beginning to the end. Only one of them's going to play music to your ears. Which one will it be? I don't know. We'll soon find out. Welcome back to the little laboratory. The final throes of the month of plastic. What are we going to do, man? What are we going to do? Why don't we just play the other one? Well, that's not much of an episode. This is very badly broken. 2 different big cracks. Got some crazy glue here. Actually, more correctly, super glue. I keep saying crazy glue when I super glue stuff. Same kind of idea. I got this little tiny wick to get it into the little cracks. We're going to try to get it in there. Try to get it solid. Try to play it. Try to surprise you with something special. Let's try to glue it up. Otherwise, I'll be back here like, didn't work out. Let's get the other guy strung up. See you in a second. I don't even know what happened to my cocaine, man. I left it like right over there by the instruments last night, bro. What happened, man? Oh, yeah, I was doing a little bit of bangers off that little ukulele, man. Whoa. Oh, God. So what do we do, man? We filled up all the cracks, first of all. And when they looked like they weren't going anywhere, then we took a lot of it. We just wicked it into this hole because there was a deficit here, and there's another semi-deficit here. We just poured a bunch of baking soda on there. Baking soda, man. Baking soda. A little while. Let it set. Ooh, that's warm. That's hot. That's hot, son. Let it set, and then we'll take a look at it then. Alright, so we let it dry for quite a spell. When we were trying to fish the glue off, we just sort of used a spork. We got all the excess glue off the sides, but it's still a little rough in places, which some of it I put on intentionally. So, got some fine grade steel wool. Let's just lightly sort of brush this off. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I'm glad this isn't worth anything because it's so cracked, you know what I mean? I just want to play it, you know what I mean? Give Maccaferri his due. So let's take some of the super fine, you know what I mean, steel whorl. Let's do it up, man. Do it up like champions. Ready, set, and go. Alright, so we sort of got it all down at grade without breaking through that patina, which was very good. A couple of little tiny breakthroughs around here. This was difficult. Some of this is like new material, you know what I mean? But we still have that beautiful cream patina, you know what I mean? Which is like 70-year-old plastic, you know what I mean? It's great. Once you break through that, it'll be gleaming white. You don't want to go too far. That's why real light on that finishing steel wool. But it looks great. It feels great. I think it's structurally sound. So let's take a little bit of water, put it on this. This is the magic erase sponge. Just carefully, you know what I mean, very quickly get it in and out of there. You know, we don't want to, you know what I mean, mess around, use any solvents on this on the super glue, right? We don't want to weaken that bond because we want to try to keep that strong for the people, right? Hey, pal, I told you not to fucking film me. So I'll see you when this is all cleaned up. Clean and red. Okay, we got it cleaned off nice. Let's do a quick cycle with this polishing compound. We're gonna get a little bit of Warsaw feeling going on. This is 13% kielbasa grease. That's been actually condensed from a 47% kielbasa grease, which is a very strong kielbasa, right? It's a very powerful polish, right? So let's just, you know what I mean, take off the edge, guys. Take off the edge. I'm feeling a little tipsy. Nah, we got a little sheen going. A little bit of a sheen going. A little bit of polish, man. Looks great. So what are we to do about this? We don't have them. We don't want to take the ones out of the other one. I don't think they'll fit anyway. So what about this guy? I showed you these in the beginning of Plastic September. I got a bunch of these. See, this one looks like it's been slightly sort of, you know what I mean, creamed on. Let's see if I can take these off and just bar them. Can I borrow your Shed Tuners Flamingo, please? See, that there is like Gibson helping a Fender. Like taking a part off of like a 59 Gibson to help a 55 Fender. I don't know what part that would be, but you know what I mean. M&E and Maccaferri were bitter rivals. Same neighborhood, same idea. Plastic toys and musical instruments, primarily ukuleles in the beginning, right? And to give the due its due, M&E were, you know what I mean. The M&E ukuleles were much better condition. Although the other TV Pal was pretty good condition, but they just seem a little bit more chintzy. A little bit more chintzy. So we got these ukulele strings from China. Oh, let's string it up. I'll see you the glamour shots. Glamour with a U, just for special occasions. And there it is, man. It was like kind of like a joke when I was like doing this episode, but it's actually a cool little thing. Like more than just a toy, you know what I mean? It becomes addictive. You know, so I bet you Big Brother probably a set of strings on there. You know, so I could do that any time now. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about Little Brother though, man. It's ridiculously small. You know, even tuning it is kind of a pain in the jive. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I know some people are like, why'd you take those off the Flamingo? You could have put some modern tuners on wrong. You know what I mean? I tried to get a set of moderns through those holes. They would not fit. You know what I'm saying? Those Flamingos are extremely small. So, let's hear it. And I got a special surprise for you all. A special moment. A special time. Let's check it out. Yeah. California. The West Coast way. West Coast way. Living in South LA. Living in South LA. Oh, yeah. Hey, man. Welcome. I'm in San Francisco right now. Just ended a long weekend. If you ever want to live Americana, fly into LAX with your family on a Friday night, take your time, just drive up Highway 1 up the coast, man. You'll experience life. And at the end of the weekend, pull in here to San Francisco, turn in that rental car, and just breathe, man. So I got a special treat for you, America. Everywhere you look, it's a home. I had the whole of you. Everywhere you look is a face. Somebody who needs you. When you're lost out there and you're all alone, kind of waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look. Peace be with you. That's nostalgia for you. That's what TV's all about, man. Check out the world. From San Francisco, Plastic Month concludes.